Aye, 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 aye. I can't believe we're getting World War III before GTA 6, bro. As if 18 months of war crimes, genocide, ethnic cleansing, expansion of apartheid, and taking turns to bomb their neighbours in an oppressively perverse game of knockdown ginger wasn't bad enough. Israel has started a full-blown war against Iran. The Zionist Caliphate is currently bombing its fifth majority Muslim country in the last 18 months, expanding the Holocaust to Iran, the EDL's wet dream, bro. And then, when Iran struck back, they've played victim. Oh, I want me. Lad, where is your level of self-awareness right now? You're acting like the capital from the Hunger Games. And so this video is not even about who's right or wrong. It's not pro-Iran, it's anti-hypocrisy. Because you don't have to be pro anyone to just ask a few basic questions. Fact: Israel bombed Iran first in what it called a preemptive strike because they say Iran is getting too close to developing a nuclear weapon. So they bombed them because, just in case. Like a boss man kicking a child in the face just in case he nicks anything. What in the Minority Report is that? Iran has 0 nuclear weapons, by the way. Israel has about 100. Now, I'm no Einstein, but 100 is more than 0. Also, Iran has signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in 1970, the year Pele won his 3rd World Cup. Israel hasn't signed it. Iran allows the International Atomic Energy Agency, the Ofsted of nuclear weapons, to inspect its nuclear program. In fact, Iran and the US were due to have negotiations about Iranian uranium enrichment at the end of last week. Israel decided to strike first, like a Zionist Cobra Kai, so that a deal could not be struck. So the question is, who in the Holy Hiroshima or Israel to force anyone else into what they can and can't have? Who died amid Israel the nuclear haram police? To be clear, I think no one should have nukes. Not Iran, not Israel, no one. I hate winter as it is, and nuclear winter sounds like an all-inclusive Jet 2 holiday. No thanks. When Israel attacked Iran, its allies were all like, naughty, naughty. Hey, naughty, we get it though. Gotta do what you gotta do, lads. But a lot of these allies, the US, France, the UK, all have nuclear weapons. So right now, a nuclear power has bombed a non-nuclear power, cheered on by other nuclear powers, so the non-nuclear power doesn't, like them, become a nuclear power. Like, if we don't want anyone else to have nukes, then maybe we also shouldn't have them. Israel's argument, backed by the West, is if Iran acquires nukes, they will use them against us, as evidenced in statements by the Iranian regime, which is compelling, except the most provocative of those statements was made at least 20 years ago, and the translation is heavily disputed. Israel has nukes and the most sophisticated air defense system on the planet, but the country you want to worry about is the one that has no nukes but likes to talk tough. That's like arresting Kendrick for his lyrics by ignoring Diddy's closet. You think attacking Iran will make them want nukes less or more? Like, if your enemy attacked you, the least you'd want to do is get as strong as they are. Also, call me old-fashioned, but I grew up at a time when sticks and stones will break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Yes, Iran talk tough, but actions speak louder than words, and Israel's actions are deafening. Which leads on to my next question. Does only Israel have the right to self-defense, the right to action? Predictably, when Iran struck back, the West found their voice and called for de-escalation. In fact, the British government is so keen on de-escalation, they've sent fighter jets to the region, which is like sending an XL bully to the local park to break up a fight. Israel's allies are so quick to help shoot down Iranian missiles, but no one's stopping Israeli rockets, even though more civilians have been killed in Iran. You always hear, Israel has the right to self-defense. Doesn't Iran? In not dealing with the Middle Eastern Joffrey, the West have torn up their entire post-World War II international law-based order. So if I'm Russia, I'm like, Israel has leveled Gaza, murdered civilians, including thousands of babies and children, journalists, healthcare workers, foreign aid workers, used starvation as a weapon, and bombed 4 other sovereign countries. And you're telling me what to do? Which begs my final question. What is Israel and the US strategy for Iran? Bomb it, and if they put up a fight, start a war? And if they don't back down, what? Invade and enforce regime change? Is giving Iraq war. It always starts with bombing nuclear power plants, but it always ends with bombing nuclear families. Brother in Christ, it is Iraq all over again. It's weapons of mass destruction all over again. They are manufacturing consent in real time. They lied about Iraq. They lied about Libya. And now they are lying to you about Iran. Have we learned nothing? I don't want any civilians to die anywhere. Period. Be they in Gaza, the West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, Iran, Iraq, or Israel. War is bad. War is horrible. War is not glamorous. Stop bombing Iran. Get a US-Iran treaty signed, please. And oh yeah, free Palestine. See you next week.